Homans is supposed to be meeting with the mayor today, and I suspect the governor too. And some border patrol are leaving the state. Maybe some ICE are leaving the state. Hogan, what happens next in Minnesota? Where is this headed?
Oh, I don't know where it's headed, Mark. I just think what we've seen transpire really kind of has helped shape what they're doing now and trying to figure out the path moving forward. It's obvious that people are violating the law in Minnesota. And when you do that, bad things happen. These people have been shot and killed in tragic ways. And I think the administration is trying to grapple with not just the actual implementation of federal law, a law that already exists on the books, but also the PR of the whole thing. And you'll recall in 2020, in the Summer of Love, when Minnesota burnt down its entire state, basically. This kind of thing went on to dog the administration in a lot of ways, a lot of fights over that. So I think they're trying to avoid that, get out ahead of it as best they can, and maybe make some shakeups. Not necessarily with cabinet people, because I don't think that happens here, but I do think with some implementations on the ground, some hierarchies on the ground that can actually make these calls. And someone like Homan, who's a friend of mine, I've known for a while, I think is incredible at his job. And because he has worked across several administrations, of course, now famously the video and the pictures of Barack Obama giving him an award for deportations, I think that kind of works to kind of bring some folks together and go, this guy has a handle on it. Let's put him over there.
Hogan, just real quick, did I understand you to suggest that Mr. Preddy had committed a crime?
I'm sorry?
Did you say that? Did you mean to suggest that Alex Preddy, the man who was killed on Saturday, committed a crime? Or you were not
I don't know if he committed a crime or not. I know he was
Okay.
impeding law enforcement. I know he was
Right.
violently resisting arrest, which are also crimes.
Okay. Um, okay.
Doesn't
Haima,
mean he should be shot, by
yeah,
the way. I don't know
understood.
I don't know all that.
Understood.
I'm just saying, like, yeah.
Understood. I'm not sure he committed a crime. At least I'm not sure what crime he committed.
Well,
But
resisting arrest is a crime.
well, did they try to arrest him and did he resist it?
I
I don't see
mean,
that. I don't see that
I've seen a lot of people
explicitly on the video.
I've seen a lot of people get confronted by law enforcement who just put their hands behind their back and move on. Famously, AOC did it fake, but still,
Well,
you
he tried to walk
rolling all
away.
around the ground, fighting and scratching and clawing. I don't know what you call that.
Haima, I say this with respect to Hogan. It sounds like he's more from the Corey Lewandowski, Kristi Noem school.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
He,
Spit
he may
take.
he may he may he
I'm,
may disagree.
I'm,
Look,
Haima, what do you think happens next in Minnesota? What does the governor do? What does the mayor do? Does the kumbaya continue? Or in other words, are we on a glide path towards more cooperation and reconciliation, or do you
no,
expect this to get rocky again?
no. I don't think we're at a kumbaya at all right now. I think things are going to get a lot worse. Here's the reality. As much as President Donald Trump would like to PR his way into a better story around this, if the President of the United States of America and his administration had gone into the state with some sort of level of collaboration and gone in to actually move the needle on one, lowering illegal immigration, two, making the city and the state safer, and to Hogan's point, the whole state did not burn down. There were certain blocks in Minnesota that were burned down after a black man was killed for no good reason. And so all of this propaganda that we are spewing about Minnesota and Minneapolis is all wrapped in miscommunication, is wrapped in the governor and the mayor and the president not collaborating, is wrapped in misinformation, is wrapped in a whole bunch of people coming to Minnesota trying to cause trouble who don't live there. And so all of this crap has got to stop. And so I hope President Trump and Kristi Noem and all the other people, hold on, Hogan, I'm not done. All these other people who are going to these other states, I hope that they first call the governor and say, hey, what do you need help with? Hey, can you get your mayor on the phone? Hey, can you get your local PD on the phone? I'm not even sure that these ICE officers are on the same radio frequency as local PD, state PD. And so I don't care about what happened yesterday. None of that was good. All of this should have happened months ago before 2 people were killed, before 3 people were shot, before this city was thrown into a huge frying pan. And so it seems as if the president would like for this to continue to happen so he can have his Insurrection Act and he can say that people are being unlawful. This is disgusting.
Okay. Now, let me say a few things. Hogan, well, Hogan, go ahead, and then I'll jump
Yeah,
back.
first of all, I don't think the president wants to do the Insurrection Act. I think he talks about it, but as you know, on the global
Well, he should
stage,
stop talking about it. He's talking about it every day. He's
he
threatening
talks
the
about it.
American
I'm saying
people.
I don't think he
I don't want
wants
to be
to
threatened
do.
by my president. I do not at
I
all.
don't think he wants to do that. Second of all, it's interesting because as we talk about this writ large, this whole effort to deport criminals, Texas, Arizona, Florida, deporting way more people than Minnesota even thought about doing. Blue cities like Memphis, Austin,
Hogan,
lots
that's not a
of deportation.
badge of honor.
I know. Hold on. There aren't killings.
Like,
There aren't protests. So to pretend as though the folks in Minnesota were saying, we just want to work with the administration. They didn't. That's why we are where we are, is because they wouldn't let the federal government come in and implement law that has already been passed and signed by both Republican and Democrat Congress and Republican and Democrat presidents. They won't work with them. All these other
Hogan,
states
what's the
happening,
president's
and there
end
are
goal here?
no instances like this at all.
What's the president's end goal here? Is he getting out criminals, or is he trying to deport as many people as possible? What's his end goal here? What are we trying to accomplish? What's the plan for immigration? You don't get, because you're the president, you don't get carte blanche to go into an American city, a sovereign city, and take over because you feel like they are harboring people who have been there for 40,
All right,
50
guys,
years.
guys,
What's
not
the
taking
plan?
it over.
What's the
I
plan, Hogan? What's the plan?
got to stop you just because we got a lot of hands up and a lot to get to. I appreciate the conversation, and I think you both got to say your piece.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.